Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam, Prof.
Okay, thank you for responding. I wasn't sure whether you can hear me or not. Thank you very much.
Okay, Prof. We are
Okay.
currently waiting for the MC to start.
All right. Okay. I just playing around with Zoom. I've never used Zoom, so I'm playing around with it. Okay. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, Prof.
Waalaikumsalam. Is that Safia? Yeah.
Actually, my name is Fatima.
But
Okay,
it's written there Safia. Okay.
yes,
Same thing. I had because I'm using my daughter's account. So it had my daughter's name, and then I was fiddling around and trying to change it to my name.
okay,
So now
but if
it's
it is
my
my
name.
sister, sometimes she use my accounts. That's why I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, okay. So you are Fatima actually? What's your name?
Yes, Fatima. Fatima.
Fatima, okay. So not Safia, yeah,
Yes.
okay. I think you can change your name there.
Oh, really?
Okay, anyway. I think I've
Okay.
got UTM there, even though I'm actually retired from UTM. So I think, but I'm using my UTM account that used to be my UTM account. So that's why it's got UTM Rose Alinda Alias, but just ignore the UTM lah. I'm afraid that if I change the profile name, it will again change many things. I've been playing around
Even
with
I'm
this.
afraid.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we can start now, right? Do we have to wait for 2 minutes?
No, it's already 2:30. We can start now.
Okay.
Okay. So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, everyone. On behalf of the Center for Postgraduate Studies, it is my honor and pleasure to welcome each one of you to session 13 of the CPS Unified Research Methodology Sharing Series entitled Digital Ethics, Shaping Technology with a Responsibility. Once again, thank you everyone for taking time to join us today in this enriching and insightful online session. We are truly privileged to have with us a highly esteemed speaker, Dr. Rose Alinda Alias, founding president of the Malaysia Chapter Association for Information Systems. So, Dr. Rose Alinda Alias is not stranger to us. She is very profound in the field of information systems and academic leadership. As the founding president of the Malaysia chapter of the Association for Information Systems, she has played a pivotal role in shaping research, policy, and education in ICT and digital ethics in Malaysia and beyond. Her contributions to digital governance, strategic IT alignment, and ethical research practices are widely acknowledged and respected. I think we don't need any more introduction or talking from me. We can directly go to Doctor because she has a lot to say to us, a lot to give us. So I'm leaving this platform to Doctor. Doctor, please.
Okay, I'm not sure whether I'm actually sharing the screen or not, but can I share the screen? Do you see my screen?
Let me check. No,
because
I can't
I
see.
have asked to share my screen.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't. Does anyone can see her screen?
Amir, can you see my screen? Can I share my screen, please?
Okay, Prof. Yes, you may. I think the security here is already allowed to share video. Start recording, start video.
Okay, I received the message of, but can you see my screen? Can everyone else see my screen now? I need responses from, can you see my screen now?
Not yet.
Sorry, I can't.
You can't, okay. So I'm trying to, I don't know what else to do. Amir, this is the same problem that we had last year. I can't share my screen.
Do you want me to share the screen for you?
But the one that I sent to you is without the graphics and everything.
Okay, right.
But can you allow me to share you have allowed me to share my screen, right?
Yes, I have allowed already.
Okay, wait. Let me try again sharing. So share. So I have asked share. Okay. Can you now see my screen?
Currently is
Started screen sharing.
Yeah, okay. So now I just put on the slideshow. If you can see my screen sharing.
yes, currently can.
Yeah,
Okay,
currently no.
so I'm putting on the slideshow now.
Hmm.
Okay, you can see my screen
Okay.
right now?
Okay.
Okay, so again, thank you, Fatima, for the introduction. As I've told you, I'm not very familiar with Zoom because in public universities, we use WebEx. So Zoom, and I've actually retired from UTM, University Technology Malaysia, way back in 2022, but I've been coming and doing this talk for the postgraduate students since I retired, let's put it this way. Okay, but anyway, I have been a fellow of Academy Professor Malaysia since January 2020. And during my retirement, I was the Secretary General, but I decided that last year, or rather my family decided that I should fully retire. So I've released all my responsibilities, but I accepted doing this talk because it is something that I feel obliged that I have to do, because it is my responsibility to make sure that this happens. So anyway, we are here today. So it's supposed to begin at 2:30, 15th of May. Let me see, the time now is 2:37. So we are 7 minutes behind. Sorry about that. Okay, so these were the course objectives. I'm so sorry, Amir. I just looked at the course objectives in the first letter that I received. I think it was January or February. So I may not have the exact slides that you want as stated in this course objectives, but I have my slides that is based on the title of the talk, which is on digital. I asked Amir, can I use the slides that I used last year? So Amir said, no, I can't because it's a different title. So the title for this year on digital ethics is, I think it's something about integrating or shaping technology with responsibility or something like that lah, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Fatima, you have to help me out here. Is that the title of this talk? Is something shaping technology with responsibility, I think. So I have actually prepared the topic more or along the lines of how do we shape technology, but with responsibility. That means with ethics. So the first I have to open up with this quote: technology is neither good nor bad. So this one I need you to answer in your chats. Please answer in your Zoom chat. I think Zoom, yeah, has chat. Okay, so Lucy. Okay, so please now I expect everyone to write in the Zoom chat. Why do you think? What does it mean for technology not to be neutral? I don't see anyone writing yet. So when you say technology, or Melvin Kranzberg said that technology is neutral. So what do you think that is not to be neutral? Nor is it neutral. That means it is not neutral. So it's neither good nor bad, but we shape it to be whether it's good or bad. So it's very much according to how we as humans shape it. Okay, Fatima, has anyone answered in the chat? Okay, I see 2 responses
Yes,
here.
Doctor, there are some responses.
Yeah. Okay, it all depends on the user. Very good. Depends on how you use it. Very good. So all the answers so far that I've read are very, very correct. It means it's we, who the user is, and not only the user, more importantly is who is the designer. And that is what I have been talking about, because information systems is all about designing information systems for users. So when it is completed, and I've always pushed the idea of we have to have user participation. That means users must participate when we design a technology. But so who's this? AD Muhammad Mahmud Raja. So it's not really how user is using it. I am more in terms of how the designer designs it. But there's always the argument, designer blames user, user blames designer. So ultimately, that's why I am pushing for it's got to be collaboration. It's got to be both designer and user. So when it's not something, technology is not like, as a user, you have no choice but to accept whatever that the designer has designed for you. No, my idea or our idea in information systems is you create the technology as a designer. It's not only the designer, but the user and designer create the technology. So it cannot be neutral. It's very much in terms of how it is shaped to be. Okay, so that's the simple answer that I need. So thank you for everyone who's actually responded in the chat. I am going to take note who responded and who did not respond, because I'm going to get the chat after this. So Ame, you have to help me out and identify who actually wrote their responses in the chat. Okay, they're not going to get easy. Anyone who's been my postgraduate student would know that I don't give easy grades or I don't give easy passes. Even with or without AI, I do not make it easy, because the tendency is when things are easy, you take it for granted. So the same thing, users will always blame designers and saying that we have no choice. We have to accept the technology as how it has been designed. Whereas I am pushing for the idea that in ethics, what we do in digital ethics, what we do is no longer is the responsibility for designing left to the designers. The users are also designers. How you use it will influence how it is being used. Yeah. So that's the first slide. Okay, so I have to go to the next slide. I have to get out of the chat first. Okay. So what is digital ethics? What do we mean? Is that the slide that I'm showing, Fatima? Correct, yeah? Anytime I'm wrong, please tell me, yeah? Because I see that what is digital ethics is the slide that I have now. So what is digital ethics is very much the moral principles that we must, in the first of place, users who use technology must have some kind of principles. You must have, because those principles will guide you in the use of technology. Okay, I hope that we don't have anyone here that doesn't believe in God or in Allah, in the creator, because I think we are in IIUM. Everyone should believe in the creator. So our creator says that we must have principles. And many people assume that when we talk about technology, no need for religion, for example. All the more important, because someone who is religious will have principles, and it is those principles that guide us in using the technology. Okay, so and that's why I am pushing for interdisciplinary, because usually when we talk about technology design, then they will say, oh, let the computer scientists, let the IT people design it. But interdisciplinary will make all disciplines participate in the design of the technology. So instead of saying that technology is very much technology or IT or computer science or electrical engineering oriented, I'm saying that technology has got to be designed by everyone, and there's got to be an element of philosophy. Ethics is very, very important. Okay, so what are key aspects of digital ethics? Here I write how many aspects, Fatima? I'm sorry, Fatima, I see your face, so I have to keep on asking you. How many aspects? Five aspects, okay? First is responsible innovation. Second is privacy and data protection. Third is fairness and inclusion. Fourth is accountability and transparency. you're not going to have an exam. So I'm not going to like, what are the 5 key aspects of digital ethics? I'm not going to ask you that, but you must understand this is because you are all going to be researchers. So when you do research, and nowadays you can't run away from digital tools when you do research, right? I remember when I did my PhD, we did not even have internet at that time. So we had to go to the shelf and look for resources. And then I had to ask from the Library of Congress because I was studying in Salford University in Manchester, and I had to wait 2 weeks for the article to arrive. But after that, internet came, and internet enables us to look for whatever. So for me, research is becoming more and more easier for everyone. But when it becomes easy, we tend to forget the ethical aspects of doing research. So I'm not actually talking just about digital ethics, but I'm also talking about ethics in general. So all of you must be ethical. So when we say here, the takeaway message that I'm putting here is technology must be developed and assessed ethically and responsibly. So that's very important for you to be ethical and for you to be responsible. So that's why the first quote that I asked is that, is it neutral? It's not neutral because it is shaped by human. So we have to make that realization that it is not neutral. Okay. So for you to answer in Zoom chat, some questions that I give. Should AI replace? We have a lot of artificial intelligence here nowadays, right? For example, we have everyone, I think, uses ChatGPT, very simple, very easy to use. But should anything that is AI replace human judgment? How many says yes and how many says no? Just give in your reaction. Is there a reaction button here? Oh, there's no reaction in Zoom. Yeah. Okay, so if you say yes or no, why? Why do you say yes? Why do you say no? I hope that everyone say no. AI should not replace human judgment. So the answer is no. But why is it no? Why should AI not replace human judgment? This is what I need. So I have 90 new messages here. No, no, no. Okay, everyone is answering no. That's good. Okay, why? The reason why? Someone answered yes. Oh, Muhammad, why you answered yes? Muhammad Kasif Majid, where are you? Own up here because you say yes.
Doctor,
AI replace human judgment. Where is Muhammad Kasif? Or is the previous question? Wait,
Yes, Assalamualaikum, madam. Yes.
Yes, Waalaikumsalam Kasif. Thank you for showing your account, even though I don't see your face yet. Why you don't want to see your face? You wearing tudung or what? Are you wearing hijab or what?
Because
so you're not wearing, you don't
when
have to
AI
wear
can support or enhance human judgment.
I'm sure you must be very, all creations of Allah is handsome, is beautiful in a way, in its own way. Okay, Kasif, you
Yeah.
I assume you didn't say yes because did you say yes? I hope you didn't say yes. Should AI replace human intelligence?
Human judgment, right?
Yeah. Yes. Why? Why should AI replace? You saying yes or no?
Yeah, I say yes.
Why? Okay, that's why I
Because
want
everything is converted into technology. That's why we can
Yeah.
replace.
Why do you say yes? It should replace. Why should AI replace humans?
A better answer you can give me, madam. Just
The answer is no. And I think you're the only one who said yes. So that's why I'm calling you out, because everyone else is saying no. Even though I say give reasons, no one is giving reasons. Or someone is giving reasons. To Waibah, I think, saying is because AI is under control of human, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Iram Ashraf is saying because AI is something which is designed by humans, so cannot replace human judgment. But Kasif, you must answer. You must tell me. You must share with us all why you say yes.
Madam, you know, because everything is converted into technology. That's why we can replace the AI. Replace
AI can
human.
replace human judgment, even though
Yes, because
AI. Okay,
everything is converted into technology.
not
Everything
every.
doing the technology like AI and a robot also. That's why we can change. We can replace.
This is why, but okay, because I know with machine learning, we can include more learnings into the machine so that eventually it seems as if the AI is very much like human, but it cannot replace human judgment. What do we mean by
Okay.
judgment, Kasif? What do we understand by judgment? What is
Just
judgment?
I got this point because everything is a converter.
No.
Everything is a doing a AI. That's why we can
No.
replace also judgment.
No,
It's
okay.
just this is
First,
my
I have to correct you. Not everything is technology. Not everything is AI.
oh
First
all
of
right.
all, because your friends have written there, actually, all technology, including AI, is designed by humans. So, but we know it's so advanced that we include more and more learnings into the machine. Judgment. What do we mean by judgment? What do we understand by judgment? Okay, let me ask someone who wrote, gave reason, no, but then, okay, let me put it, I'm still trying. Mazbah, okay, Mazbahur Rahman Khan. You just said no, but why? Is Mazbahur there? Mazbahur Rahman Khan. Are you there? You cannot be I hope it's not a bot that's answering on your behalf. Mazbahur, are you there? Okay, let me call upon someone. Aisyah Farhana Ahmad Fakhruddin. Are you there, Aisyah Farhana?
Doctor, may I interrupt?
Yes,
Someone
please.
raised their hand.
Okay. I can't see who raised my
Lutfia
Lutfia Huda. IIUM. Okay, raised hand. Okay, yes, Lutfia. Very brave of you. Please.
Okay.
Please, you raise your hand. Okay,
Yeah. Thank
I'm
you
giving the
so
floor
much.
to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. So basically, for me, I answer no because it's human. It's developed by God. It's more complex, rather than AI. First of all, it depends on how the human make some judgment. So, if human have a lot of knowledge, especially in the interdiscipline, the answer is more complex. The judgment is more complex rather than AI. AI basically, even the ChatGPT 0.3 or something like that, the answer is not deeper rather than human thinking. So that's why I think AI cannot replace, especially for your researchers that implied in the interdiscipline, even interdiscipline in the thought, it will be totally different the answer. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Lutfia. Do you prefer I call you Lutfia or Huda?
My name is Fifi.
Fifi, okay, Fifi. So it's even more simple. Yes, Fifi, that's a very good answer. But we have to be aware that what Kasif is highlighting is that every technology is designed by human. Yes, everyone agrees with that. Every technology is designed by human. But the technology is so advanced nowadays that we keep feeding in more and more information into the technology such that the technology even becomes more smarter than some human. But what is human judgment? Human judgment is not so. I think ADV Muhammad Mahmud Raja. I called your name several times. Are you there, Muhammad Mahmud Raja? He wrote that human judgment means the ability of humans to make decisions, but it's more than that, based on various factors such as reasoning and experiences. Okay, but then we have judgment is something that is very much according to what's inside you. You have to make a judgment. So a machine makes a judgment based on rules. Okay, rule based. We have, when we first started to do AI, we say rule based reasoning. We put in all the rules. So based on the rules, you come up with your reasons. But then it has become so advanced such that it mimics humans, and even to the point that seems even smarter than some human. But still, machine is not guided by principles. And this is where ethics come in. Okay, so what, yeah, I see. Mahmud Raja.
Yes,
Very
ma'am.
handsome face, very handsome photo anyway. Yes, Mahmud, can
Yes,
you help
ma'am.
me here? Yes. What do we mean by human judgment?
Ma'am, human judgment is the capacity or the ability of persons to respond to certain situation and to make a decision regarding such situation that may be based on their experiences or their reasoning. Even if their feelings are attached or anything which uh, not guided by the laws, they may made that judgment on based on their personal emotions and feelings.
Yes, okay. So the thing is, it's very much feelings, right? And different people, we make different decisions. So what AI is trying to do is we get the whole world to put in their feelings and their rationale. And then hopefully from that, the whole world's rationale, the AI seems that it is smarter than some people we know. But again, at the end of the day, it depends on your judgments. So what we're trying to do with technology is that we're trying to, have you heard of democracy? The people speaks. Okay.
Yes, yes.
I hate to bring in politics, but why do you think the Americans chose President Trump? Because the majority chose President Trump. Is he more intelligent? My husband keeps telling me, sorry husband, ampun, because he's not listening. But my husband tells me he's so stupid. Why the American people are stupid in choosing him as a president? But the thing is, AI does not replace human judgment. No, the answer is no, correct. But then why? Why is it not replace human judgment? It is because human judgments very much depends on what is your principles. So we want to make everyone have principles, ethics. Basically, we want to make the whole world ethical. Not the whole, currently, the world is such that not everyone is ethical. And that's why we make this course mandatory for all postgraduate students, because we want to make sure that all of you in IIUM, when you are doing your postgraduate studies, you will do doesn't matter which discipline, whatever discipline that you do, you will do it with ethics. And ethics is very much what is within, what do you believe in, what is right, what is wrong. So we want you to have that belief and knowledge of what is right and what is wrong. And that is what we mean by human judgment. Okay. I have to rush along because it's 3 o'clock, I think now. Okay. But okay, why does digital ethics matter? Why does it matter? Okay, it's so pervasive, right? Technology is everywhere. And I'm like, why am I staying retired? Why am I in retirement? Because I say oh, technology has overcome me. I think I prefer to stay retired because it's so pervasive. It's everywhere. But you know, Prof. Fauzan, Prof. Fauzan, your Deputy Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs, I think. He is my colleague in Association for Information Systems, but he's staying after retirement. But I have chosen not to stay after retirement because I totally give up, in the sense that technology is so pervasive, and like I like say, everyone, how do we teach the whole world that technology must have ethics? And we say social media, when you talk about SOCMED, social media is being manipulated by everyone. And then especially when you go outside of Malaysia, especially in the world, in the outside of Malaysia, you will see that even surveillance is so rampant. And this surveillance is actually impinging upon our privacy. And it is unauthorized. We don't give permission for us to be to have surveillance, but it's everywhere. The cameras, the CCTV is everywhere. Yes, it's good, but sometimes it can be bad. Okay, so because of the scale, speed, and pervasiveness of technology, it's important for us to study digital ethics. Okay, so what are the key ethical principles? First of all is autonomy. What do we mean by autonomy? Autonomy means freedom. You are autonomous. What is autonomous vehicle? Do you know what is autonomous vehicle? You know, the car that I had one Saudi Arabian lady who did her PhD on autonomous car, because you know that women used to be not allowed to drive in Saudi Arabia. So, okay, then we let the vehicle rides itself. So that's very, autonomy means let the technology take over. I see someone writing the chat. Okay, two messages like Tesla car. Yeah, correct. Muhammad, who's this? Muhammad Kasif again. Okay, Kasif. Yes, like Tesla car is an autonomous vehicle, but autonomy means the key ethical principles is that autonomy is so important. That means we don't leave it to technology, but autonomy remains with human, with us. And then we also have justice. We want it to be fair, right? Justice and fair. And then what does non-maleficence mean? The word is so, what does you know what malice means? Malice means with bad heart, bad intention. So we say that you should not have malice for others. You should not have bad intentions for others. And you should also be accountable. Accountable means you have to, whatever your decision, you have to answer for it. You have to be accountable for it. You have to have transparency. You have to know who did this and who did what. So it's transparent. And then at the end of the day, we want to remain human dignity. Okay, we want to preserve the human dignity because God created us all with dignity. So we want to preserve that human dignity. If you let machines and if you let some technology take over, you lose your dignity, right? So we want to preserve that dignity. And how do we preserve that dignity? It is by being ethical. So definitions and implications. Okay, so what is the implication if we don't have dignity? What is the implication if we don't have dignity? We're going to live a shameful life, right? Let me see. Oh, I don't see anyone writing in the chat because I didn't ask for it to write in the chat. Okay, perhaps I should write here. Definition, what's the implication? Can you write in the chat? What's the implication if we lose human dignity? If we lose any of these key ethical principles? We have 51 participants, but no one wants to write anything in the chat. Okay, so I will go to the next part, which is how does technology shape society? Okay, so you read this slide first. I actually have all of the answer in the slide that is going to be given to you by CPS after this class. Yeah, only to those who attended. Please, yeah, Ameh, make sure that only those who attend this session will get my slides, because in my slides I have all of the answers in my notes. I
Okay.
can't even see my notes, so everything is from my head, but I written it in the notes. Okay. So okay, how does technology shape society? Anyone? So I have
Dr.
given here 6 ways that technology can shape society. The next question is, how does society shape technology? So how does technology shape society? Anyone, you can write in the chat, because it's impossible for me to let everyone speak, but you can write in the chat now. Okay, 2 answers I've seen. Okay. Can you answer that question? How does technology shape society? Just write in the chat while I go and get a drink of water. Okay, I have 5 responses in chat. I need everyone to write. Now 6, 7. Okay, everyone must write something in the chat. How does technology shape society? Then only I will come back here. Okay, 7. Only 7 people have written in the chat. Okay, now I'm going to read through and find the interesting one, and I'm going to ask the person who wrote the interesting comment to write in the, okay. Okay, Mona Sidki. Can I see you? Mona Sidki wrote, technology influences how we think. The availability of new technology opens a lot of men to do and think about. Okay. How does technology shape society?
Would you like for me to explain the answer?
Hafizul Ibrahim, very, very boring answer. With technology, information is at the tips of our hand. Yes, we know everyone, but how does it shape society? Malika, I think you've got it right. Using the social media in your life. Okay, Syed Azmat, I like your answer. Modifies the whole lifestyle of the society. The society will live according to the technology that they have available. So I'm going to call you Syed Azmat. I like your answer. And okay.
Assalamualaikum, ma'am. First of all, thank you so
Syed
much for
Azmat,
this.
is Syed Azmat? Yes, Syed Azmat, I see you. Can you say something?
Yeah, I just want to say that like what the technology any society has, they spend their time according to that, like their whole time, their money,
Okay.
like it affects them like
So,
directly.
first of all, Said Azmat is a girl, is it?
Yeah, doctor.
You're not Sharifah, huh? Where are you from, Said Azmat? Sorry.
Yeah, I am from Kashmir.
Okay, from Kashmir. Okay. So Said Azmat is your family name, your father's name, or your name?
Azmat is my name. You can call me Azmat.
Oh, Azmat is your name. Okay. Because in our society, Said is always a boy, a male. And girls are called Sharifah. So that's why I thought that Said. But I like your in the sense that whatever technology is given to the society, that's how the society will be shaped. Like, so because whatever that you have in the society, it will be shaped by how the technology is used in that society. So I'm here giving a lot of I would say boring answers, but I like your answers better in the chats because these are boring answers because these are textbook answers.
Thank you,
Yeah,
doctor.
very, very textbook. And I'm not surprised if it is the answer that is given in the ChatGPT, for example. But this is very much what is in the text. But what you have said just now, that and this is why what Said Azmat has explained is very much how we actually answer in the sense that that is how it is, right? The lifestyle of the society is very much according to the technology that you have available to you. I gave the example of the women in Saudi Arabia not allowed. Sorry, is my camera on? Yeah, okay. Can you see me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
yes, Prof.
All right, okay. So because in Saudi, it used to be that women are not allowed to drive. So this Saudi student that I had in UTM said, why don't I do a PhD? And that was in 10 years back, I think. 2020, no, 5 years back. That was before my retirement, and I gave her a lot of questions in the sense that, oh, but only in Saudi Arabia that women are not allowed to drive. And you think it's important. In your culture, it's important that women must be allowed to drive. And the autonomous vehicle will drive itself, right? Basically, that's what the Tesla does, right? In the sense that the car drives itself. But different cultures will allow technologies to permeate differently. Okay, so before now can drive. Thank you, Alaros. Before not allowed. Now women can drive in Saudi Arabia. I haven't been in Saudi, I think, for such a long time. Before COVID, before I think I was in Saudi in 2019. Alaros, correct lah. Who is
Ila.
Alaros? Yeah. What's your full name? Can I see Alaros here? I can see.
Yes, my name is Ishraq. Hi, madam.
Okay. So Alaros is your last name.
Yes.
Are you Ishraq? Are you from Saudi?
No, I'm from Yemen, but I been to Saudi last year and they was driving all of them.
Okay, good. That's good because I was in Saudi in 2019. Women were not allowed to drive then. And even when my Saudi student during the COVID, I think it was 2020 or 2021, she was doing her PhD and she was like, how does autonomous vehicles facilitate women in Saudi Arabia? That was her PhD. So I guess now they have allowed it, so that's fine. Okay. I have the next question. We have asked how technology shapes society, but now how does society shape technology? Does society shape technology or not? Yes, that's the answer. But how does the society shape technology? Again, in the chats. Yeah, I'll call you out in the chats. Technology Baris Belo Holaitan. Everyone is international student.
We have
Excuse my if I don't pronounce it correctly, your name. Who's Baris?
that's a previous answer, Prof.
Oh, that's a previous answer. Okay.
Yes.
That's a new answer. Okay. How does society shape technology? Okay. Amjad, is that the current answer? Maybe Malika. Depends on how much people want type of technology. Can I see Malika at least? Malika, where are you? Fatima, it's not easy to be my MC, not just MC only. You have to help me. Okay, Malika.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, doctor.
Yes,
I want to
at
write
least I hear
maybe.
your voice. Okay.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Maybe I mean that maybe it depends on how much people using one type of technology.
Okay.
For example, using machines at home or using many different types of technology that we need nowadays. So when people use too much this type, this is here how people shape technology.
Okay. It's because we're talking about society. What does society mean? Society means a group of people in a particular place. Let's say in a particular country, we have
Yes.
Malaysian society. Let's
Yeah.
say in Saudi Arabia, we have Saudi society. And then let's say all
Okay.
female.
I can give you because I am from Algeria and I have been here in Malaysia now 8 years.
Okay,
so I
good.
can give you an example about how people shape technology.
Yes,
Here,
please.
I noticed that people here like taking picture too much.
Yes.
It's not like in Algeria. So taking pictures is very important among Malaysian society.
Not only they take picture, but after that they share on social media, right?
Yes,
The food,
yes,
especially.
exactly.
So what's the reason? So how does the society shape the technology of camera? Let's say the technology is taking pictures. Okay, so how does the Malaysian society, because they love to take pictures, shape the
Maybe
technology?
Malaysian one can answer.
Yeah, Malaysian one. Do you have any Malaysians here? So far, all are non-Malaysians, I think. Any Malaysians here?
We have good number of responses, but not Malaysians, I think.
Okay, that's what I thought.
One Malaysian, one
Yeah.
Nur Azura.
Okay, Nur Izura. Fatima has chosen you. I'm still struggling with Zoom. So Nur Izura, where are you, Nur Izura? I don't see Nur Izura. Okay, one
Yes,
Nur
doctor.
Azura Mior Abdul Aziz.
Yes,
That's your
I'm
full
here.
name, right? Okay.
Yes,
Nur
that's my
Azura.
full
So,
name.
yeah, how does Malaysian society shape the technology of taking pictures?
I'm still struggle with the answer.
Malika says, and I agree with Malika, Malaysians love to take pictures.
Malaysian love to take pictures, but I think I am 1% of the Malaysian who doesn't
don't
like
to take pictures. Okay, but then, okay, I agree in the sense that many Malaysians like to take pictures. So how does taking, because compared to Algeria, is it, Malika? You're from Algeria, right? Algerians do not like taking pictures as much as Malaysians. So perhaps the taking pictures technology in Malaysia is not so much, is in Algeria is not so much shaped by the society like in Malaysia. Okay, that's the question. Okay, so because for example, if Malaysians like to take pictures, so the technology that we have for taking pictures in Malaysia must be very sharp, cannot be blur, must be able to enhance the pictures, for example, if you are pretty, but you must be more pretty, or if the food is delicious, when we take the picture, the food looks even more delicious. Okay, so the technology for taking pictures in Malaysia must be so advanced compared to Algeria, perhaps. Even if it is blurred, the Algerians don't mind that much, because our or Algerians do not take pictures as much as Malaysians. Am I correct, Malika? Malika?
Yes, doctor. This is what I mean.
So that's what you mean, right? So you don't care much in terms of the quality of the technology that is used for taking pictures. So in Malaysia, it's important. That's why we use iPhone 6. That's why, like, my husband and I always argue, iPhone or Samsung. And then my husband will say Samsung, because Samsung takes better pictures. My husband loves to take pictures, especially selfies. Okay. But I am an avid iPhone user. So comparing iPhone and Samsung, I think Samsung takes better pictures, but the technology, so what kind of society will shape the technology in terms of our cultural values, so I've written here textbook answers. I think what Malika wrote here is very much about the public pressure, because what you share in your social media, or everyone keeps saying, oh, my husband.
We have one person raised their hand. Amjad Ide.
Amjad Adais. Yeah, you raise your hand. Amjad Idais. You want to say something? Hello, Amjad.
Assalamu alaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yes, Amjad.
I am Amjad Idais, PhD student in IIUM in Islamic Banking and Finance from Palestine. Here, the technology is working because the process in the Education Association in Malaysia, suppose here all people, all students, locally or international, must follow the instruction and the procedure through the technology, because if you need anything, you need to send email or you need to use the technology through it to do your goal or to do your to working on the system here till you must to follow the all instruction and the all procedure through the technology. The technology is coming in the next step of the system.
Yes, okay. Yeah, so you have to follow whatever the technology tells you in Malaysia. Otherwise, let's say if you say that you
everywhere
want to...
now, I think now everywhere, because the system, if the system is working, must to have good technology to working on it. Suppose you have good laptop or good mobile, and you have good internet speed to working on it. Without this service, without this facility, you cannot follow any thing of your goals, at least, you know. This is what we are in the 24th century now. We are follow the technology every day because we need it in our life, in our education, in our life, in our trade, in our anything, any section of the life. There is need to follow the high technology, because the old technology now possible there sometimes is quiet or not help or don't have a strong facility. There is not give to you something to rush and to quickly to take the decision. Suppose there is the people that is working in the trade on the capital market. If they have the good technology, same the laptop, high speed and the high speed of internet, they can buying and selling in less more than 1 minute. If you don't have this facility and you don't have this technology, not easy to take a decision to buy or to sell and to take a profit.
Yeah, correct, Amjad. Okay, it's the same like doing postgraduate. You can do postgraduate in Malaysia, but you must know technology for you to do postgraduate in Malaysia. But in some countries, it's okay for you not to be as knowledgeable in technology. But in Malaysia,
you can do your PhD. You can follow your PhD from your country, and you register in Malaysia Trade Online, and you
Can,
doing your
but
proposal
you
through
must
the
have
online.
internet access, right? So for
Yes.
you to get the Malaysian PhD from Malaysia University, you must be well versed in technology. So
Yes.
the
Why we are now
society,
in Palestine in a tragedy? Because the occupation is trying to cut the electric and to cut
yes,
the internet from the Palestinian to use it to be, because they know the Palestinians are clever and need to follow any successful procedure to working and to education and to trading. They're trying to cut the electric and the internet in the old time to don't tell the people out about the news, out about the follow education and the follow all thing.
so they are trying to make the society they are going to banish the society by cutting the access to technology, because they
Yes.
see that not having access to technology, that means no society, right?
Yes,
But
right. Because
we have proven that we have shown that not necessarily, right? Because our society shapes how the technology is to be. If we are the ones who make it so important, we are the ones who make it so necessary. Technology must be there. If no technology,
yeah.
no PhD. But we shape it. So it is
Possible the
not.
technology coming in the first key to successful in your goals, you know. Yeah,
But
there is
not
coming how
necessary.
yes.
Not necessarily, because we society shape technology, but if we shape the technology to be not as important as ultimate, that means you can get your, because a PhD, you can get your PhD, you can get your postgraduate degree, even if you do not have access to technology. So technology does not evolve in a vacuum. How
And the
your
same time,
society builds.
the same time, doctor, possible the technology is minimize the cost of the people. Suppose
Yes.
the PhD proposal or the PhD thesis, when you're going to present, if you present to coming physically, you need to pay a lot of money about the ticket, about to stay, about to eat, and to come to Malaysia. But the technology give you to do it online. There is not cost too much. There is in 20 minutes in your country, you can present your
The
thesis.
Viva. I was shocked
Yeah.
because when I was the Dean of Postgraduate Studies, like many years ago, 2007 until 2011, I was the Dean for UTM Postgraduate. That was like 15 years ago.
We like the physical, but
at
next
that
to
time, everyone must be there to do the Viva. But then during COVID, we have online Viva, and you can be wherever. Even the examiner can be anywhere, but you can have your Viva anywhere. So it is possible through technology. It is possible to have a PhD. But my point here is that we shape the technology. So, for example, as Palestinian, we know that the West all says that no technology, that means no knowledge. But we are the ones who shape technology. So we will prove that even without access to technology, you can actually have knowledge, because technology is how we shape it. How, if we make it to be so necessary and so important, we are the ones who will make it so necessary and so important. But if we say even without technology we can survive, we can show that even without technology we can survive. So the important thing in this course is that you must understand that by we means human, human in society shape the technology. Okay, so what are the, I have to move on because now I'm only slide 12, but I think you are going to get my slides. I have 25 slides altogether. Everyone has answers in it. What are the ethical risks in AI and algorithms? So I've given you the textbook answers, but I would like to discuss with you. So artificial intelligence is just one example of technology. It so happened that now is the technology of AI. For your information, I wrote the roadmap for artificial intelligence in Malaysia, 2020 to 2025. And at that time, I was not retired yet. But after I retired, suddenly AI boom. I was like, oh, I'm retired already. What do I do? Okay. But then the important thing is, even with AI, there are still risks. Why do we have risks? For as long as you are not ethical. So for me personally, most important is your ethics. It doesn't matter whatever is the technology, your ethics is important. So AI in itself is not ethical or unethical. It's how we design it, how we use it, how we govern it. So that is important. The governance aspect is, if you look at the roadmap that I have designed for Malaysia, I emphasize a lot on governance of AI rather than the design. And because like all of us in computer science, we have taught students how to design. So I was pushing for not just computer scientists and electrical engineers can design systems. Everyone should be able to design their systems. And this is what we mean by pervasive, pervasive technology. We want to show that even if technology is pervasive, humans are not slaves to technology. That is important. Okay, we are superior to technology. Okay, so what are some of the ethics of, for example, of technology of privacy and surveillance? You can collect data without consent, and then social media. Everyone talks about. I know I talk about a lot about Facebook, but now they say, oh, but you're not on TikTok, you're not on Instagram, you no longer use Facebook. Okay, it doesn't matter whatever social media that you use. I used to use a lot of Facebook, and now my children use a lot of TikTok, and I think my grandsons will use different technology, different apps, but the problems and the issues are still the same. The issues are, for example, we have wrong information, misinformation, disinformation, and then we have erosion of privacy. We no longer have privacy. And then I know now talk a lot about mental health. My children also talk a lot about mental health. And I'm like, okay, I experience those same issues, but I don't call it as mental health. I think it's just a label that you use nowadays. But it doesn't matter whatever platform that you use, you must have the ethical responsibilities for you to safeguard the truth, the privacy, the mental health, and the societal well-being. So that's the key takeaway that I want you to have, okay, for that. So each of these technologies will have ethics. Fatima, I think I'm finishing my time. I try to finish off the slides. I think I have 20 slides. I will try to finish so that we can have the question. So what are the social impacts of automation, changes in the workforce? I haven't talking about human resource. I know all of you will be looking for employment. There will be a lot of changes in the workforce, work-life balance. Like my children tell me, Mama, don't work anymore because you, as if I don't have a balance in my work life because I've been working too much. And now for your information, I'm suffering from cancer. But the reason why I'm suffering from cancer, my rationale is that because I'm retired. But my children say that I have health problems because all this while I have been ignoring the pains that I have, the health pains that I have. So I think it's how you look at it, but we must be aware that there are social impacts of automation and what are our moral responsibilities. So even though there are economic and social benefits, we must address these challenges and we must have policies. Amjad talk about policies, ethical considerations, and social responsibility. And that's why I'm very much, as I was about to retire, I do a lot of policy papers for Malaysia. And then that's why I'm still with Academy Professor Malaysia, because trying to influence the policy for higher education. And then we must balance. Yes, I'm all for innovation. Good that we have innovation, but we must balance the innovation with compassion. You know what is compassion? Compassion means caring. You must care. Okay. So, bring a lot of more slides. So how to shape technology with responsibility. So I put in the shape there. How to shape technology with responsibility. This is the final slide, I think. Shaping technology with responsibility means taking a holistic approach that balances the benefits of innovation. Yes, I agree with innovation, but you must have commitment to ethical standards, fairness, and accountability. So you must have proactive thinking. You must collaborate. I know some people emphasize you must communicate, but to me, more important is you must collaborate. In the year 2007, when I was pushing for international students to go into UTM, at that time, there were not many. I think there were about 500 international students in UTM at that time, 2006. But when I became Dean of Graduate School UTM, we increased it to 5,000, tenfold. And then the Malaysian students were all very angry. Why you bring in all the international students? I said, sorry about this, but I feel so passionate about this. I think that it is important for bringing internationalization to home, because I don't know how many Malaysians can actually go overseas, but we can have more internationalization if we have okay, sorry. Questions to ask, okay. So I've given you resources. So I'm sorry, Fatima, okay.
It's okay, Doctor. Doctor, maybe we can share the slides in the chat box.
Yes, I will share. I've already shared the slides with CPS. I think CPS will give it to you, the slides with the answers inside the notes.
Okay.
Wait, that's mine.
Also, we have questions.
Yes.
Before
Please.
that, I would like to talk about the session.
Yes, please, Fatima.
Okay. So this topic is very interesting for me. I'm very much interested whenever there is a session on using AI or the technology, digital ethics. I'm very much interested, and wherever it happens, I go and attend. Also, this is very interactive and contributing sessions. There are many students who are ready to answer, but with time constraints, we couldn't have a long answers. Okay. Also, when talking about AI, Doctor, I would like to mention that we have lots of AI options now, right? We have yes. Last workshop I attended, where the professor mentioned about so many ChatGPT, SkySpace, PaperPal. These are for research students, but I think we need the base knowledge instead of like you mentioned, we need to take care of our ethics and need to use it properly. We need to understand, okay, this is what I want, or this is how I can use. Instead of copying and pasting, we need to understand, okay, how I can use it for gaining knowledge. Yes. Okay, so in the audience, if you have any questions, you can drop down. Any questions? I can see Amjad Idais raised his hand.
Assalamu alaikum again. I have just one question about the relation between the ethics and the technology. Here, when we are seeing in the PhD students that is using ChatGPT, suppose. Here, the regulation and the ethics in the higher education to don't do citation, to don't do anything without any citation. We see now in the 20th century and above, there's a lot of students, there's follow the ChatGPT to help to redesign the paragraph, to redesign the conceptual framework, to redesign the literature review. This is affected here of the level of the technology and on the level of the result of this student. Here, if they can give to you the GPT any result about anything you need, But if the person or the PhD student not coming next, just not follow all what they say, but they can doing what? They give this indicator and they reorganize, from his mind. If he take the ChatGPT direct idea to his PhD, there is not doing PhD. There's here the ethics is in one side, and what his results through the ChatGPT is another side. Here we have in conflict. This meaning we don't give knowledge in the future for the people and for the population.
Okay, Amjad, thank you for that observation. Can I answer that? First and foremost, I keep telling everyone, please use ChatGPT. In fact, I am telling everyone wherever I go, use
Everybody can
all
use.
the tools.
Everybody can make AI.
Use all the tools that you have. Use for as long as the tools are available, use it. But make sure that you have ethics. In the sense that when you have ethics, you will know what can be used, what cannot be used. And you will have, the citation, referencing. I always do, even if I use ChatGPT, I say that I sourced it from ChatGPT, but then I clarified it further. So always as a researcher, you write down your source. It used to be your source, you will say your source is whatever article, whatever books, whatever references that you use. But now, the references are given through the social media, for example, through AI or through ChatGPT. Tell it, say it, that I got this from whatever. But you must put yourself in it. So before I retired, I say, okay, you can use it, but I don't see you. For example, if I read something by Amjad, I will say, I don't see Amjad in this piece. I see a robot. Or I will ask the question, are you a robot? I don't think you are a robot. My students will say that I like to ask this about my students. I like to ask this question. Are you a robot? We don't want to be robots, right? We don't want to be machines. We want to be humans. How do we be humans? We can be humans if we have principles, if we have religion, if we believe in something. Your ethics show. And it's not the rules, regulations that is given to you, but your ethics show in the sense of what you do, how you behave. Okay, so please, my message to all researchers, yes, use any technology tool that is given to you, but a big but there, but do not forget your ethics in doing so. Do not forget your creator. Do not forget your religions. Do not forget the Almighty, the Allah, because that guides you. Okay, so I hope that is a good, but please use ChatGPT. I keep telling everyone, use ChatGPT, please use ChatGPT, because I think it's so brilliant for ChatGPT to be around.
Saves lots of time.
Save lots of time, definitely saves a lot of time. But at the end of the day, you want to learn from ChatGPT or you want to learn from a human who have gone through experiences and who have certain principles that are very clear. You want to learn from human, right? You don't want to learn from a machine or from a robot. So that is important. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm still not very well. Actually, I was just telling Amir I was at the hospital, but I ran home so that I can do this lecture, and I had to use my daughter's PC and my daughter's Zoom. So I'm glad that I could change her name into my name. But then, if there are other reflections, I shared the presentation. But I think I shared this presentation with Amir or with CPS, with the CPS Dean and Dr.
I have shared the slides in the chat.
Okay, in the chat. Yeah, so just look in the chat. Okay, only that one was the yesterday's version, but today I have added, at the hospital I added more things. So I will give to CPS the latest version that I have, but then yesterday's version is still the bulk of it. It's just that today I added more things that I felt as I was waiting for my physiotherapist and my rehab. I thought of other things that I could put inside my app. That's how, okay. But if there are other questions, I'm so sorry about that. Is the time up, I think? Thank you so much, Fatun. Yes, please make dua for me. I just knew that I have breast cancer like during Shawwal, so I'm still trying to recover. Okay.
May Allah ease your pain, doctor.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So is there anyone want to say, any reflection or any feedback? Is there anyone? If not, we will have to end our session here because we don't want to stress you, doctor.
It's fine, yeah. Thank you very much to IIUM and the CPS Center for Postgraduate Studies for inviting me, even though I am retired. But I did this only because I love IIUM. I strongly believe in IIUM. At that time, I think it was 2009 or 2010 when I established with Prof Fauzan, the Association for Information Systems Malaysia chapter. I came to IIUM for a workshop at that time, 2009, in 2009. But now I have retired, but still I say I will come to IIUM no matter what. Even if I am retired, IIUM is always close to my heart. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Okay, so without much delay, we can end our session here. Maybe we can have Suratul Asr to recite and end our session here.
Yeah. Do you want to take a photo?
Oh, okay, sure. Everyone, please turn on your camera.
Yeah.
It's only me and Prof now.
I see Kasif already turned on his camera.
Yes.
Abdul Rahman Safi, Kudori Yusof also turned on. Suad Ali, Fartun Sharif, Deni Ishola, Aisyah Farhana, Anis Aziz, Suwaiba, kejap ada, kejap tak ada. Suwaiba, I don't see your face still. Abu Hanifa, Nur Nahadira. Okay, I see your face now. Thank you.
Okay. So I'll take a picture, okay?
Okay. Okay, right. Okay, 1, 2. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Jazakillah khairan kasira.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, everyone. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum. Thanks a lot about this lecture.
Welcome, Amjad, and thank you for your contribution as well, Amjad. Much appreciated.
Don't worry, coming. God protect your health, inshallah.
Inshallah. I have many Palestinian students. You know the sponsorship for Palestine students that we offered in 2010 before I became the Deputy Vice Chancellor for Academic 2010.